And then I thought, well, you know what? It's got some beautiful photos on the back. So I thought you two might enjoy it.
Are they world over then?
Yeah, well, they're United States. I believe
yeah,
it's
look
different.
At this. I wonder where that is.
Arizona, maybe, or Utah.
Is that Arizona? Nah.
Utah. So I thought, well, you'd probably enjoy a nice calendar.
Mesas.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I got all these books for Terrence. I thought, well, I have to get something for Beth here. So I wanted to show you this too before. I don't know where Elusive Bing is. I don't know where she went to, but
She went to the bathroom.
oh.
Yeah.
So anyway, this was so like I said, I was helping Mike, and at a week,
Elvis.
the day before he passed away, ironically, he said, you're the only person still donating on my PayPal, and he said thank you. And it was only $25 a month, but I just felt bad for him, for him.
Yeah.
So he was grateful. He was a very grateful person. So he showed me these pictures, and he said, I have photos of Elvis Presley because I was a photographer in the 70s, along with a lot of other things he did. But he said, I took these photos and I'd like you to have them. So he gave me 9 of the photos he took. So as he'd written this to the fan club, I won't read the whole thing, but he says, I took a total of 64 photos, and after his death, I went to the dark room and printed a complete set for his family, for Elvis's family.
Wow.
This is the year he passed away. This is his last concert in, I believe, the Las Vegas. And he said, I bound them in a leather, bound them, and sent them to the Elvis Presley estate, along with my deepest sympathies. This is Mike of my Philippine journey. And so he says, a couple of months later, I received a thank you card from the estate and copied at the bottom of this page for you. These are my unpublished actual color photographs. I am the original photographer and have done all my own film and color lab work. I protected each photograph under federal copyright laws. So Mike Cason. And it says, from the family of Elvis Aaron Presley acknowledges grateful appreciation, your kindness, expression of sympathy. So I thought it was very kind for Mike was very grateful for those who helped him.
Yeah.
And again, what I helped him was very little compared to what many people did for Mike. But anyway, these are some of the photos.
Wow.
Just let you go through those and look at those. So you can see it was, right there in 1977.
Address na niya sa kuha sa Davao. May lagi ni. Could not imagine people would just perish like that. God.
That's a good picture, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
For pose.
Uh-huh.
So he was a photographer?
He photographed others as well, yeah. That was just one of the things Mike did. Mike
Yeah,
was
but he made-
quite
It's a little
talented.
that's a little bit out of focus, but that's such a nice pose,
is.
Oh,
isn't it?
Yeah.
That was him before he. I
Just
think I
months
saw
before
him
he
like
passed
that,
away.
like with that clothes, suit
In a concert, yeah.
in Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Concert in Hawaii. But he was a little bit
Yeah, it was
Like
just before he passed.
swelling, like
Yeah, he was getting very heavy.
very heavy.
And many people believe that he was part of the witness protection program that Elvis was. And I've come to believe there's a good chance of that myself. I've studied it quite a bit over the years. I think that's how Mike and I got onto the topic of Elvis.
Negros Occidental de Estila. Ayun kung Bacolod.
See, it doesn't. doesn't look that heavy
Not really, when you
there,
think
but
about it.
he's got it all in the face. A bit puffy in the face, which might be for a variety of reasons, you know.
True.
But he doesn't look that heavy to me. I mean, if you look
He doesn't.
down in the hips there,
Not really.
Yeah. It's only the face, huh?
yes.
You know, he was a black belt in karate. He was a federal narcotics officer appointed by Richard
Nixon.
Nixon.
He was a friend of Bruce Lee as well, wasn't he?
Was
he
he?
actually had some tuition from Bruce Lee.
Oh. Oh.
Bruce Lee
Wow.
and Steve McQueen were people who were interested in all of that then.
Oh.
Oh, Stephen King.
Yeah, he used to pull people over and arrest them for speeding. And then he would tell them, I'm not going to give you a ticket, but you need to slow down. And he would show them his badge. And there are so many different stories. It's fascinating. But,
Well, that would be quite a story to take home, wouldn't it?
yeah.
That we were stopped for speeding by Elvis
You're right.
Presley.
Yeah.
And he was the kind of, like, I heard, temperamental guy. He would just, if he didn't like the show on TV, he would just,
He could be temperamental.
Yeah, the TV shows. He
TV
used to
show.
shoot the TV.
right,
Right.
I heard.
But then I
Quite a
heard
guy.
all other kinds of stories. You know, the one coming out of the store, and there was a woman there was zooing and ahhing over his pink Cadillac convertible,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which back then would have been
Yeah.
quite a car.
I
And
heard that as well.
if she still has that, it would be worth hundreds of
Oh, can you
thousands
imagine?
of dollars. Not just because it was his car, but he gave the car to her.
Yeah,
Yes.
he would just like, I
Yeah.
heard also that he would just like, if he liked a person, just throw away the key and say, right, that's yours.
Yeah.
He would just
Well,
do
he
that.
went to buy a car at a dealership, and all the guys loved what he was buying, and I think he gave the car away to one of them, and all the guys left, and he was left alone at the dealership, completely alone,
Oh, really?
and had to find a way home. He was just, I remember that story. It's quite a story. Yeah.
And how did he go on then?
I don't know, remember the whole story, but he found a way home somehow. But
Now, only a Filipino would say, so how did he get home?
right,
Because the end of the story is, and he was left on his own
right.
with no way to get home. That's the end of the story.
Right.
But Beth would say, what happened then?
Because in the
That's
Philippines,
so funny.
in the Philippines, it's survival. I mean, you've got to get home, right?
Right, exactly.
That's funny. Well, anyway, so I'll just start this little interview here.
Sure.
That's a good idea.